Hey everybody, welcome to IFB Interfleet Broadcasting. I'm New York Pete with my buddy, the Tipsy Toaster. Thanks for joining us. This is our pop culture and sci-fi entertainment channel, and it's brought to you by two old guys that lived through the 70s and 80s. And we are big fans of all
Representing.
the that's right. All the TV and movies and stuff from that time and from now. And we're big BSG fans. So welcome to the show, everybody. Thanks for being here. We have a world premiere tonight, right, Chris?
Yeah, we have Mike Goodreau on with us tonight, kind of a movie maker. So, like we had put in the announcement, we'll be doing an interview with him. And it's, what do you do when your favorite show is no longer on the air anymore? I mean, a lot of people write the fan fiction, and Mike went a step farther,
Yeah,
a,
which is
a
cool.
leap farther. So we'll
Yeah,
be
man.
talking to him tonight in regards to his fan movie, which is we'll do a world premiere of the trailer tonight, and then we're going to get with him later on, probably right after the first of the year, and we're going to hold a Zoom party and actually hold a premiere party with the actual movie, which is about an hour and 20 minutes.
That's fantastic. So that you heard it first here at IFB, and we welcome and thank Mike for sharing his passion and his work. Big Galactica fan. Well, we first met Mike at Awesome Con. We'll get into the details afterwards,
Yeah.
but we're just very excited to have him on. Of course, Tiny Bean Tara is with us, and she's going to go over some of the shows and some of the TV and the movies and stuff that she really liked. Sort of like a year end wrap up, Chris, and follow up also on some of the shows, and we'll talk a little bit about that. I've been keeping tabs on recommendations and watching, and you have your Cylon opinions, and I have my
I have the
generic.
truth, and you have the bent human truth.
I have the colonial truth, and it's different from the AI truth, but that's okay. We
There you go.
it's
Artificial intelligence. We've got the data banks. We know exactly what we're talking about.
I haven't heard you say that before. That's kind of funny. So you just make up things as you go along, but that's okay. That's why we have a show. We have an audience. George G is with us live, and Lola, are you live now? Yes, we are, Lola. Like I am
Lola's
on the
like
right
on
page
the
and
right
date.
page.
Yes, yes. Carl, 12 days of BSG. It's coming, buddy. I wrote it out, and we will have it. I'm just gonna throw up the whole 12 days all in one shot, and we'll sing it once through, and it's a lot of
What?
fun, slightly disrespectful to the Cylon Empire, but don't care. And you'll get a Cylon version of A Christmas Carol, which is disrespectful in and of itself, and it is what it is.
I invented a whole bunch of different ones, but
Yes, and
some were a little
they're
morbid.
they're quite offensive to the colonial Ministry of Defense. So we'll see. Eric Patton is here. Yes, Eric, excellent man. We've missed you, Eric. Thanks for joining us live. So listen, you know what? Let's just get right into it, Chris. Obviously tonight we have comic book, BSG comic book, and we have Battle of Malachi. We have the next chapter up, which is chapter 6, and it is full of all really kinds of cool stuff that goes on, and there's a lot of action, and there's fighting, and it's really good. And sometimes I feel like we're not doing it justice. I'm reading it for the first time, and I've told you before that the Battle of Malachi, in and of itself, is a fantastic story, well known amongst certain circles of the old time BSG. Original BSG fans that love fanzines and stories, and this is good stuff. So we're gonna have some fun with that. However, we're also going to be doing the world premiere with Mike Goodreau and his fan film After the Fall. And we're going to have some fun with that as well. So we have a trailer for it, and it's exclusive here at IFB. And we're going to have all that going on. So, Chris, I think it's time. Oh, you know what? We're going to do our toast and thank all the fans. And then I have some surprises that are going to go on my Christmas tree. So we'll,
Ah, well,
yeah, don't be
you.
dismissive. I see you have the Cylon Christmas tree behind you.
That's
Don't be
right.
dismissive. The red eye is going strong, and he needs to be blown up, but that's beside the point.
Well, oh Cylon tree, your chrome is so impressive. Oh Cylon tree, Your red light's so aggressive.
Baz is with us. Thanks for watching, Baz. And Paul Roeder, Commander Kane, welcome, welcome, welcome. So down under representing and west coast of the U.S. representing Paul Roeder. Thank you guys for joining us live. Welcome to the show. Yes. We're going to have all kinds of fun. So let's do this. Chris,
all right. We'll switch over to the Pete cam so Pete can hold up the beer while I read it.
Here we go.
Tonight's beer is brought to you by my wallet, which has been found. My wife no longer has my wallet, but I'm going home this weekend, so I'm sure she'll grab it. All right, tonight's beer is called Velocirabbit. 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 Brewed and canned by Aslan Beer Company, Alexandria, Virginia. So it's kind of up close to where I'm at. It's 5.5% alcohol by volume. It is 1 pint. It's an IPA. And according to the Surgeon General, women should not drink alcoholic beverages during pregnancy. I think I'm okay with that. I'm okay. I haven't been pregnant in a while. That's all it says. It doesn't say anything about what kind of IPA stuff they used. It's just Velocirabbit. So I guess we'll find out what it tastes like here in a minute.
We are.
All right.
Ready?
Let's do it. We're ready to open it up. 3, 2, 1. And it's foamy.
Whoa, yeah, it's super full. Oh my God, what the hell, man? Come on. Right.
Okay, it's an IPA.
Mm-hmm.
Ready?
Yes.
Here we go.
Go. Whoa. Super foamy. Oh my God.
It's just jumping all over the place. Just like a rabbit.
Yes. Mediocre Modeler says, deck the halls with broken Cylon. Fa la 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 la. Thank you. That's awesome.
Oh, let me get into the morbid ones. We pulled up some morbid ones the other day.
Oh boy, yeah, I know.
So it smells citrusy, and that's about all I can say about it. It's not anything special. It smells like an IPA.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So anyways, we do our traditional toast. We love that you have joined us either live or on Memorex. There's one of those commercials you don't hear about much more anymore. Live on Memorex.
That's right.
We always do a toast to the fans. The fans do fuel the fleet. You guys are amazing. We would be just talking to ourselves if you weren't here, and we like to have people on the air with us, so it's great. If it wasn't for the fans, Battlestar Galactica and the other sci-fi stuff that we look at would stop to exist, and Hollywood wouldn't listen to anybody anymore, and they wouldn't do remakes and all the other stuff. So, and sometimes everybody's like, "Oh, we don't want remakes," but hey, a remake is still pushing forward. So, unfortunately, if you don't like it, and you know, some people don't. But, anyways, I digress. So we will say. Fans fuel the fleet, thank you for joining us, and here's to you.
Here's to you guys.
Wow, that is like, when it hits your mouth and it's like, I don't know, it's like an Alka-Seltzer. It just blows up with the more foam.
And then it tastes very much like a grapefruit.
Yeah, it does have a grapefruit taste.
Yeah. So, okay. And by the Lords of Cobalt, yes, sir. So we have a great show, and I am really anxious to go have Tiny Bean Tara come on and tell us about the roundup. There's a roundup of some favorites, some rankings, and we'll talk a little bit about that stuff. And so let's have some fun, man. Let's do this.
Hang on for a second. We have we have a problem.
Well, there is a storm flying through some regions of the universe, and hopefully won't touch down too heavily where Tiny Bean is.
Yeah, we lost her.
Tiny Bean is
it
going
picked up
through
the house. It's going to Oz.
Yeah, it hasn't landed yet. Hopefully it'll land on the Witch just as we want it to. So she'll be coming on in a second or two. And here we go. Yay, it landed. The house landed, and Tara's okay. So, Tara,
Hi,
hey,
guys.
what's
Hi,
up?
everyone. Hey, I am so sorry, and I apologize for the pixelation in my camera tonight and all. We had some massive storms come through here over the weekend, and it's affecting internet and all kinds of good stuff. But hey, at least I have power, so I'm really excited about the fact that I have lights on. So yeah. Hope everybody's doing well. Hope everybody had a great day and a great couple of weeks. It's great to be back as always. And I gotta tell you, I cannot believe that 2021 is almost done. I mean, am I alone? It's like this year just went so fast, and we are only 2 weeks out to the end. So I thought, like all critics do, that this would be a great time of year to talk best of lists, right?
Yeah.
So before we go any further, though, I'm all about full disclosure. You know that. I have yet to see a few of the biggies that are not yet available, like Matrix, right? You know, Station 11 just hit today. So those are not part of my lists tonight, but I hope that they will be because I want them to be great. So let's wait and see. We'll hold out for those. But in the meantime, I've been through my notes from all my year on IFB, and it's been very interesting. It's a very interesting year for film and series. So let's just jump in with the series category. Now, to me, the epitome of a great series is the one that keeps you wanting to come back for more, right? It's the one that's unique and not doing the same old thing, and that doles out the story in just the right amount of increments to keep you invested and ready for more. And now, I'm old fashioned. I still prefer to take my series one episode at a time so I can wait for the next one to hit, but that's just not always practical. And hey, some things you just need to be binged, right? Anywho,
Oh yeah.
now, right? I mean, there's some things you just want to sit all day and just, I will watch 3 seasons of this and I'm happy. But now for 2021, it was tough for me to pull these down, but my third favorite series of 2021 was the epic Stephen King miniseries Chapel Waits, starring Adrian Brody. This one was the sleeper hit for me. I was not expecting it to be as good as it was. Now, it's an expansion of the short story Jerusalem's Lot that was the precursor to Salem's Lot. This series, it's dark, it's intense, it's elegantly filmed though, and if you like your spookies with a vintage old-fashioned look and like some seriously creepy stuff, this one is for you. So check that one out. My number two spot for the best series was the sleeper hit for the entire world. What else could I be talking about but Squid Game, right?
Yeah.
Now, this is the one, right? This one grabs you by the throat and it does not let go. Now, my hat is off to Netflix for consistently bringing quality entertainment to our living rooms from around the world. And with Squid Game, they have reached the zenith. This is the most popular show of all time. Now, it's gritty, it's brutal, it's bloody, and it's a scathing statement on society and financial inequality. I loved it. I absolutely loved it. Only reason it's not my number one was that it is very graphic and very harsh, and it's not for everyone, but mainly the real reason is because there was one series that fit my personal aesthetic much more closely, and that, my number one series for 2021, was Sweet Tooth on Netflix. Now, I just loved this series. I was a big fan of the graphic novels, so I was very much looking forward to this, and it did not disappoint. Kind of slow start, yes, but it lays the groundwork of things to come very strategically and thoughtfully. The boy Christian Convery plays Gus, the part human, part deer hybrid. He's spot on perfect. He's completely adorable and very identifiable as our lead protagonist. And his companion, Tommy, played by Nonso Anansi, is the perfect foil. They are just so good together. They have confirmed season 2, and I am anxiously awaiting it. So now, a special shout out to another series that almost made my list. It's another Netflix foreign series, and it's called Dark. Now, I'm holding out on this one because I will definitely want to be talking about this in a future episode of IFB. And the only reason I didn't include it on my list tonight is because it has been around for a few years, but it is absolutely worth checking out. So if you get a chance, check that one out. Let me know what you think, and we'll talk about that in 2022. Now, for films this year, I gotta tell you, I felt most were underwhelming, truth be told. In fact, the whole first of the year was kind of a bust. But then came my number 3 pick, The Tomorrow War on Amazon Prime. Now, I had, maybe it was the pandemic and being sad or whatever, but I was just longing for an old-fashioned blockbuster, old-fashioned epic alien shoot 'em up film, a la the likes of like Independence Day, and this one did not disappoint. Okay, in fact, I feel that it went beyond, and it gave us a blockbuster, old-fashioned epic alien shoot 'em up film, but with a heart. Oh, and J.K. Simmons is in it. You can't ever go wrong with J.K. Simmons, right? Now, speaking of heart, my number 2 pick for the year is All Heart. Tom Hanks' latest film, Finch, expertly pulls every heartstring, and through tears, you will walk away feeling uplifted by this beautiful commentary of life, family, what it means to be human. Oh, and did I mention the dog? Yeah, there's a dog, and he's so cute.
Of course. That's why.
There you go. So please watch that one. You will enjoy it.
But he's a robot dog?
No.
He's not a robot
He's
dog.
not.
He's not.
There's the
Boo.
lovely robot. But yeah, a robot dog would be really cute too. Anyway, that's my next film. But so leaves the number 1 spot, and IFB fans, you've been watching me all year, you will not be surprised. I have made no secret of how much I have loved this one. Dune is head and shoulders above everything else I have seen this year, and better than a lot of stuff I've seen over the last few years as well. This is the true epic space dramatic fantasy we have been waiting for. It is expertly directed by Denis Villeneuve. He manages to sail above the many pitfalls inherent in trying to adapt classic and beloved sci-fi books to the screen. He made it accessible to existing fans and and that is no small task here. The story of Dune is not an easy one to tell. There are many, many moving parts and characters, and yet this film, it manages to keep them all clear, concise, and understandable. A stellar cast. Young Timothée Chalamet is delightful. Oscar Isaacs, I think, he never fails to impress. And Rebecca Ferguson remains my current favorite actress for her subtlety and versatility. So go watch Dune. You will not regret it. There you have it, folks. Tiny Bean's year-end faves, just in time for your Christmas break viewing, after you watch Elf and Muppet Christmas Carol, of course, and the Silent Christmas Carol, which I cannot wait to hear more.
Oh boy,
amazing. So anyway, have a happy, healthy, and safe holiday, everybody, and thank you so much for letting me be here with you guys. I love it, and I love the fans. Fans fuel the feet. Back to you, Pete.
Oh, thanks, Tara. Thanks for coming on. Appreciate it. And we love your reviews. I've watched just about everything you've recommended. And I just want to let you know that Lola sent us stars. Thank you for the stars, Lola. And Jess Carver, thanks for joining us live. Jeff Anthony sent us an image of a squid. I guess that has to do with Squid Games, or maybe he owns a pet squid. I'm not sure. He says, Dark is awesome. Okay, Jeff, thank you. Jeff Walters, hello, Triple T and all my Daggett lovers. Hey, Jeff Walters, thanks for joining us. Chris Dykes, howdy back. Leslie Dame, you had me a Dune, absolutely. Carl says, tried to watch Dark, not bad, but too many twists, was hard to watch and make sense. You know what? I haven't watched it, but I will definitely jump in on that afterwards. After I've given a watch and just see. I'm also interested in the other one. What was the Wraith? What was that? Wraith? What was that first one? I didn't. Is that on
Chapel Wait?
Chapel? Yeah, I'm gonna look into that one because it looks very, very interesting. So I will definitely chime in on that in the new year. And I really enjoyed Dune. I was like, wow, blown away. So I really, really enjoyed Dune. And of course, Squid Game was nuts. And the other one is Alice in Borderland. I don't know if you guys watched that.
I like that one.
That was pretty
That was like
good
a Squid
too.
Games.
Yeah, and that came out first. So George G, he had told me about that, and I'd watched that one. That just blew me away. Talk about binge watching. And then the Expanse.
Cowboy Bebop.
Expanse. Yeah. Oh, Cowboy Bebop.
Oh, Cowboy Bebop. Did you like that one, Chris?
I loved it.
Yeah.
These people
okay,
are like,
cool.
hey, it's not the same. Once again, it's a remake thing. Hey, it's
It's live action though. It's not.
It's a live
not
action.
animated.
I thought the acting was great, and Netflix, true to form, canceled it within the first week.
Yeah, I know. They just killed it. Man. What the heck?
Why?
Yeah. Hey,
But
Lost in Space.
there is a if you look at our website or our Facebook site, you'll find a what do you call it, a thing you sign. I can't think tonight.
Petition.
A petition. So they're trying to petition to get it back on.
Bring it back.
I thought Cho, I think it's Cho, right? He's from Star Trek. He played Sulu in Star Trek, and he played the lead character.
Yes.
I thought he did a great job. I loved it. I thought it was funny. It was cool. I think it was a really good fun show.
So hey, Dave Alexander, thanks for joining us live. Appreciate the support, and thanks for tuning in again. I know you're in and out whenever you can. You join us and you're here with us, so thanks for joining. George says too bad it got canceled, and Jeff Walters says Ghostbusters Afterlife was awesome.
Oh,
okay,
I didn't see that.
Yeah, I didn't see that yet.
Yeah,
so
dying to see that one. Yeah.
Lost in Space was good, right? Again, Chris, that's like a remake thing. Obviously it's a little bit different. There's a lot of Easter eggs and there's homage to the original. Obviously it just goes its own way. Sci-fi. It's good. It was good. And then the Expanse, right?
Did you?
I love the Expanse. Yeah, and that's the final season too, of course.
Yeah.
Yeah. Pete, did you get to finish Lost in Space?
Yes.
You did? Okay, because I haven't finished it yet, so don't tell me.
Yeah.
But I'm like,
No.
I was
really
disappointed at the
enjoying it.
ending. That's all. I think they could have done a better ending.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
I mean,
Right.
it is what it is. I really did. I thought they were going to end up doing something different too. When you finish watching it, we'll give it a little bit more time, and then we'll talk more about the endings, because we could do a whole great episode just on endings, good and bad, of different shows. Why did you finish? Why?
I did, and I'm disappointed that they canceled. I'm like, great, they canceled it already. Okay.
I find it to be so intense.
Do you have a petition for that one too?
Man, it's so intense. It's really good. I liked it a lot. I was like, wow.
That was the second or third season, right?
No, this was the first season. One and
all
done.
the good shows get canceled after the first season.
I don't know, man. That just
Firefly, Battlestar.
Firefly.
I don't know. We'll see. Hey, but there's a lot of good talk out there about the Knight Rider. It looks like Knight Rider's coming back. So let's see what they do with that. Hopefully, let's see what that's about.
There's still interest in it. I mean, once again,
I hope.
Even if you don't like the remake, there's still interest in it, which makes it good. That there's
absolutely.
interest in it. It doesn't have to be good.
Yeah.
The show's good. It's like Galactica 1980 wasn't good, but they did bring it back. So.
So we're still working on doing the private showing of 1980. That's still we're still working on that out.
Keep tuned. We'll do that on the Zoom thing. It won't say that it's Galactica 1980. It'll say Zoom movie watch or something.
Yes. Okay, so I got it before you go.
That
Tara,
way we trick people to come in and they get to watch it. And I didn't want to watch this. Welcome to the after school special for Battlestar Galactica.
Knight Rider is a cylindrical car.
Yes.
Or Cylon car. Yeah, all right. So there's two things we got to talk about. Wheel of Lost Time. I don't agree with that, Jeff. I think I'm still liking it, man. I'm sticking with it. I'm enjoying it. And George says Witcher season 2 premieres tomorrow. And that's something I'm looking forward to. That I want to see that.
Yeah.
Chris, it's a little bit of that. There's a lot of that fantasy.
See, I can handle The Witcher. It moves a little faster than the Wheel of Time. The Wheel of Time feels like it ran over me. It's just slow.
Chris, let me tell you,
Um,
I hear you, and I said this in the blog last week that I put up. I take back what I said in my first review of it, because I was totally with you. The first 3 episodes, I was like, oh man, this is kind of deadly and bland, and then all of a sudden it went boom. And the last 2 episodes, and I have not actually not caught up to the one Friday that's on deck right now. I'm gonna go as soon as I leave here. I'm gonna go watch that. But 4 and 5 blew me out of the water. I was like,
Right.
wow,
So now
this was the setup. This is what they were setting us up for.
Right, it's 15 books, and now we're going to find out where exactly you're going to go with it. And there's something very interesting that Baz just put up. He says, I have some pictures of the Dune Chris knife that I forged if you guys are interested.
ooh.
Yeah, we definitely want to see that. So,
Yeah.
for sure. That's why there is 15 books, because there's a pretty big story. Pretty sure I sent them to Pete. All right, we're definitely gonna get those up.
We'll try to look
Baz.
at Pete will look check his did you send him the Pete email or did you send him Pete
IM
message?
Yeah, let me know, Baz, and we're gonna definitely put them up. Oh, Hawkeye, Jeff Walters, Hawkeye. I gotta be honest with you, like Hawkeye started out kind of like a little bit, I don't know, kind of generic, and it took me a little bit, and then I'm into it. I'm following it. I'm definitely, I was gonna watch it one way or the other, but it's gotten better, progressively better. And that was, I think, the model that Marvel was using. It took a little bit to wind up, and then boom, and then you're in it. So yeah, I think Hawkeye's good. I'm enjoying that as well.
Oh,
Katie Sackhoff
yep, Carl.
in Another
Carl,
Life.
Right. I liked it. A lot of people poo-pooed on it, but I think Another Life was really good.
Yeah.
I watched season 1 and it was pretty good. So if you guys are saying we should watch the second, then I'm in. So all right, cool.
Katie Sackhoff, come on.
Yeah, of course. You gotta. I mean, you know, you gotta do what you gotta do. Tara, have a wonderful holiday. Have a wonderful Christmas and New Year, and we will definitely be in touch. If you're that's right. If you're going to be making the pilgrimage to, you know, Rockefeller Center or whatever, you got to let us know. But either way, you know, happy holidays, Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, and we'll see you on the other side of the year, or the new year, I guess. Yeah.
And keep your eye out if you want to join us for the movie watch for Galactica 1980. That's
Oh yeah. Very excited for that.
Bring popcorn and a revolver.
Yes, Mediocre Modeler says we love our tiny bean. Absolutely, we do. Jeff Walters says Merry Christmas. So absolutely. And remember, if you guys want to reach out specifically with any, you know, anything, any of the comments or suggestions, info at interfleetbroadcasting.com, and that will get to Tiny Bean. So
all right, thank you so much, guys. Happy New Year.
We've had a great year. Thank you so much. Yay.
All right, we'll see you soon, guys.
All right, cool. Oh man, yeah, that's cool, man. It's kind of refreshing when you get, you know, a different perspective, and, you know, bringing up and watching all that stuff, and it's not just me talking to Chris about it. So that's kind of cool. Right, Chris?
Yeah, I'm working on something. Hang on.
Okay. Let's see. Jeff Walters, nothing better than Cylons, his Super Scouts, microwaves, and flying motorcycles. Yeah, that's why I only watched it once. So, yeah, I don't know. Hey, what the heck? We'll give it another shot, and we'll see if there's anything in there that we missed watching it just once in the past. So I think we'll have a lot of fun with that. I hope everybody can get in. Picks of Forging Chris Knife. Yeah, you know, Baz, let me look up. I'm gonna look that up, and we're gonna throw that up. I'll dig these up, and we're gonna bring these up. We'll bring up the pictures on this episode afterwards. But
Baz, if you didn't make it out of the tooth of a sandworm, it's not the same. And I'm sure they've got the sandworms down there in Australia. If anywhere, they're out there.
You know, I have a funny feeling that's probably the truth too. So,
I know they got huge spiders. That's all I need to know.
Yeah, that's more than enough information right there. let's see. So, Eric Patton, The Conquest of the Earth, mashup of various G80 episodes is even more hilarious. Oh,
Yes,
I bet it is.
I
I
have that.
bet it
I have
is.
that on VCR.
Oh, do you? All
Yes,
right, cool,
I
man.
think I actually have
Um,
also transferred it over to digital too. So, but
okay. For
anyhow,
private viewing only. And I think, Chris, that now's the time for us to kind of set up and talk a little bit about our guest, or a little bit
yes,
more about our guest. And the fact that we ran into Mike Goodreau at Awesome Con this year. That was in DC. That was actually our first convention that we went to post the pandemic. And Chris and I were lucky enough to meet some really cool people, including Mike. And that's when we found out that Mike was or had worked on and completed his fan film, which is called After the Fall, and it's a BSG fan film. And obviously, there's not a lot of that going on. So when we heard about it, we were like stoked, man. It's like, what? What do you do? How did you do? Okay, cool. And so he's sharing his world premiere trailer with us. So you're gonna see it here first, nowhere else. And it's an homage to BSG, and it's very cool that anyone's doing it. And he's going to tell us all about it, and we're going to ask him a whole bunch of questions on the background, the idea, what was learned from filming it, and how you get everybody together to do this. And obviously, I have a suspicion that he's just going to tell us that it's a labor of love. We did discuss some of this at the convention, and we'll get into it. And so you guys be ready to send up any questions that you have, chat those up, and we'll make sure that we pass them on to Mike so we can talk about it live. And I'm looking forward to it. I've gotten a small premiere, a sneak peek at it, and I'm looking to see what you guys think of the whole, like, the concept and the feel of getting out there and just making a fan film. And look, listen, the bottom line is this, guys. For years now, for decades, there's been a ton of Star Wars fan films. And then what followed was there's the Star Trek fan films, and then that's obviously expanded to include every other type of fan film and genre and the like. But unfortunately for the Galactica, it's BSG, whether classic or the reimagined, it's been limited. So when we get to see one of these, it's kind of cool, man. I really, not kind of, it is cool. And I'm anxious to get to see the actual movie itself. So we have the trailer, and we have Mike Goodreau here with us, and want to welcome him to our program, to IFB, and talk it up, and let us all know what this is all about, and why he did it. So Chris, if you're ready, I think Mike will be ready, and we will bring him on, and let's do this. And I'll let Mike set it up. So we'll have a little bit of hey, Mike, welcome to the show. And
Thank
tell
you.
us about yourself, and your project.
So way back in 1980, I actually made a Battlestar fan film for a project in my senior class when I was graduating, and then it was made on Super 8. It was really very low tech. Um, then over the years, I would improve on it, make a little better one, make a better one, make a better one. Now with digital and CGI effect, we felt make a better version. So let's say about 8 years. First, I saw Galacticon was running a film festival for Battlestar fan films, and March 1st to be postmarked on March 15th, and somehow in 14 days we wrote it, edited it, and sent it out. Then a few years later, someone contacted me and said, "Hey, we saw your you elaborate on."
I think we're losing you.
Mike, there's a little bit of a Cylon interference, or possibly I don't know. I'm thinking it's usually it's a Cylon thing, but maybe, just maybe, it's the Borderland Nomen or something. But we're having a little bit of an audio issue.
Hey, Mike, do me a favor. Down at the bottom, just go ahead and turn your. See if you can just turn the video off at the bottom and see if that helps out. You got
all right. In the meantime, Chris,
I have. Please get your audio.
Yeah, let's. I want to just welcome Achilles Livanis. Thank you for joining us live. We are in the process of setting up the premiere to a fan film. It's a Battlestar Galactica fan film, and we have the director and the writer, Mike Goodreau, and so he is working out a couple of technical issues, but he's with us. And Chris Dykes, thanks for joining us live. Cylon freeze ray. You know what, George? I think that's maybe what it is, man, because they're interfering. They don't want us to see the truth behind this fan film, but I think we're going to get around it. My pleasure. Exciting stuff. Greetings all. Achilles, thanks for joining, man. It's been a while. It's Baltar's fault. You know, Carl, you stole the thunder from those. That's exactly what I was going to say. It's Baltar's fault. All right, Mike, you're back.
I'm back, I guess. Okay.
Sound a whole lot better now.
You can hear me?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Great.
So Mike, you were telling us, you were starting to get into, the whole background of how, you've evolved into where you are now, right? Going from your original project that you did back in the day, and now, moving forward into something like this. I suggest, Chris, that why don't we actually premiere the trailer,
okay,
and then we have Mike come back and
give me a
walk us through the rest.
If all else fails, I'll pull Mike up on a cell phone and we'll get his audio that way.
Yeah, that would work great. So in the meantime,
internet in his area looks like it's a little choppy.
Yeah, there's some issues going around. Jeff Walters, by your command, yes, it is Baltar's fault. Mike says Baz Arm. Baz, I'm looking for those pictures. You got to let me know where you sent those to so that we can pull those up. We definitely want to share those. So, Chris, do you think that we're going to then show the trailer, or just have Mike walk us through it prior, or what do you think is?
Hey, give me 1 second. Or Mike, let's take him off there so he doesn't.
All right, not a problem. Well, you know what?
Give me
in
a
the
second.
meantime,
I'm working it out. We'll figure it out. Give me a second.
All right, cool. So let me tell you that I want to share this with everyone. First of all, we had done a little bit of a Christmas tree reveal, and there was a little bit of feedback about the lack of Galactica presence on my personal Christmas tree. So to rectify that, I actually have a few classic figures that I just am going to put on the Christmas tree. And the first one is, oh wow, this Ovion has part of his hand got chewed off, and it must have been, let's see if I can get this. There you go. So he's got one hand that's a little bit chewed off, and that's probably from being and stored in this bag with none other than, ta-da! And that's probably why his hand was chewed off. So these two will be adorning my Christmas tree, and I will take pictures and put that up. And you guys out there, please send me pictures, or just put them up. Put them up on our page under my Christmas tree, and I'll have the two figures on. I'll take a picture and put that up so that you guys then can continue to add to it. And I think we'll have a lot of fun with that. Got attacked by the Daggett. Yes, Jeff, absolutely. Role reversal, humans now eating Ovions.
There we
Yes.
go.
Oh,
I
dude.
like it.
All right. Blame it on COVID, man. Well, as long as nobody ends up expiring, yeah, we'll blame it. It's a flux compression interference from the FTL drive. Jeff, you know everything, man. That was very, very well said. So, yeah, you're probably right. And yeah, so we're working our way
Right.
to the actual premiere. And
we
I
can
know
probably
Chris
premiere.
is.
I'm going to have him call up on the phone, and we'll work it that way.
That's cool. Okay.
Yeah.
So
there's always a way around it somehow. It might be a little bit.
there is
background noise on it, but we'll figure it out.
Nah, that's cool.
Sometimes you just can't control the world's.
Not yet.
No, I'm working on it.
No. Well, yeah, I know you would be working on it.
So, anyways,
yeah.
So it was nice to have the trailer, and we're looking forward to seeing the trailer here. And I'm going to play the trailer for after the fall, and then hopefully Mike will give us a call, and then we'll get back with him, and then we'll have him on audio, and I'll just hold him up to the microphone, I guess.
Yeah, cool.
So here we go. After the fall, world premiere of the trailer.
We can't live on these ships forever.
Let's get these on board.
2 Battlestars coming right to us.
Going dark.
What do you mean, gone?
They left us to die.
Find the Victoria.
What's that for you mean?
Bring us to Scorpion.
You know who they are.
Keep us out of their range.
2 more coming in. We'll never find us in there.
They can't take on 2 Battlestars at once.
Send 2 Raptors.
There's someone there.
They seem to be receiving.
Good news for a change.
Don't come back here.
The Cylons destroyed most of the fleet.
Only the strong can survive.
How many are working?
They've never actually checked.
All communications with Scorpion are out.
Launch all Masada Viper squadrons.
Where is Masada?
We're almost out of food, fuel, and water.
The codes are authentic, sir.
Target the second Battlestar.
Weapons hot.
Most of our systems are down.
Viper's ready to launch. I have them. Your Cylons? Battlestar Victoria. Dead ahead.
We're being jammed!
Jump to their position.
Fire when ready.
The enemy of my enemy.
More than for us to shoot at.
Launch Vipers. Borderland Noman.
Hi, sir.
Gunshots in the hangar. Action stations. Set condition 1. What have they got?
He's on you.
That's way cool, man. Way, way cool. Yeah. Hey, man, this is pretty cool, right? The whole idea that we're actually now seeing, a recently produced fan film, and it's Galactica related, no less, which is fantastic. Don't get to see that or do that. I mean, these things are labors of love. The whole idea that you're going to actually go out of your way to do this, man, that is no small task. And, we're going to ask Mike to give us, his insights and I'm looking forward to hearing some of that background. As a matter of fact, I'm also putting together some of Baz Arm's pictures that he promised he was going to send our way, and those we'll have those up during the show as well. So, Chris, I'm sending that your way.
Okay,
and
I'll get that while we interview Mr. Goodrow here.
Yeah,
Mr.
let's do
Goodrow,
it.
if you look at your video, it's going to be really, it's probably going to be look really bad on your end, but don't worry about it. I'm just sending you a signal back that's lower to see if we can keep you from dropping off.
Okay.
Cool, Mike. You gotta tell us some more about this labor of love. You know, you're obviously you're a big fan. You started out back, you know, in the day, you know, with the 78 with the classic, and you made your way all the way up to the reimagined, and you did this project. So, you know, how does this come out? How do you do this? How do you get there? How do you recruit everybody? Give us that inside scoop.
So we got some Battlestar fans who were interested. They had uniforms, they had props, they had sets. We started with that. In our story, we have 2 Battlestars that were left behind. One was a derelict in orbit of Virgon, where the main battle had taken place. So we went and did what we could to it. Was never in good shape. That was the Battle Victoria. The Battlestar Masada had been away out of the colonies when the attack came. They were in much better shape. So all of the who had uniforms would that, and when else we would kind of throw what we had on the was just in very,
Did we lose him again?
Yeah, I think the connection is just not holding up, Chris, but that's okay. I'm happy that we're able to at least get the trailer out. No.
Yeah, we can
Yes.
barely hear you. You keep
Mike,
keep chopping up a little bit.
We're going to try to troubleshoot this. We're definitely going to have you back no matter what, because we definitely want to hear the inside scoop on this. So we're lucky that, you know, the trailer itself went out without a hitch. We're definitely going to be doing the you know, the premiere of the actual movie itself at a later date, and then we're going to have you come on without any glitches.
Yeah.
Hopefully we'll be able to stream.
Hey Pete,
Chris, yeah.
You want to send him an looks like he's back again.
Okay.
Want to try it now? Last chance.
One more. Let's go for it. Yeah.
All else fails, I'll send you a phone number and you can call Pete. He'll put you on speakerphone and we'll do it that way.
Okay.
Yes. So, Mike, let's give it another shot, man. Another go, and you would kind of start it to give us a little bit of an insight into the actual film itself, and you know how that was working out. So let's see if we can get that running here.
Okay.
All you.
All right. So in every film version I made, I always thought it would be cool to see what happened, the people behind on the comics.
Yeah, hey, Mike, Pete's gonna IM you, or Pete, can you IM me the number you wanted to use?
So we wanted to focus.
Yeah, you want me to? I could send that to you. All right, so
just hang with us, everybody. We'll get him on the phone. That way, when you do the interview questions, he can hear you talk, and then when he responds, we can put it over top of your microphone, and we should be good to go. So hang on. We'll get you the phone number, and meanwhile, Pete will send me that, and then Pete will tap dance like we normally do around here.
Yeah, not a problem. It is what it is, right?
That's it, baby.
So I'm sending you info
the great thing
now.
about live.
Yeah, you want to bring yourself up instead, Chris? Just the two of us.
Bring just the two of us.
Yes.
We can make it if we
in the
try.
meantime,
Just the two
yeah.
of us.
And
Some
I am
scummy
going
colonial
to,
and
okay.
I.
So you got a number. You can ride with that. And
All right, I'll
in the
send that to him.
meantime, yeah.
And then he'll call you. We'll put him on speakerphone. We'll go from there.
Right. Okay. So that should work. In the meantime, I am trying to get some pics out to you, Chris.
Yeah, I haven't seen those from Baz.
Yeah. So I'm
are
working
they
on
the
them.
sandworm? I've been looking for the pictures of the sandworm.
These pictures are very, very, very cool. So I'm working on that on the side as well. So we're troubleshooting all kinds of cool stuff because we want to.
You should be getting a phone call here shortly, Pete. And meanwhile,
okay.
Mediocre Modeler, is he on tonight? I didn't see.
Yeah, he is.
Okay.
Absolutely, he is. What the heck?
So, anyways, Mediocre Modeler has inspired me to build something.
Uh-oh.
So I have started to build something.
Ooh.
So
really,
here is a clue. This is all you get of what I'm building.
Oh boy.
So,
oh boy.
Here it is. That is the clue.
That is the clue. I guessed it.
Pete, it said it went to voicemail.
Oh, I see you. Okay. Not stand by. I will stand by.
Everybody, I don't know if you know what that is.
Yeah.
But this is the first piece of me making something.
Yes. So, let's here. I just
Anybody got any guesses out there? I'm not going to tell you if you guess right. I'm still not going to tell you
what the heck? What do you mean you're not going to? Come on, man. What are you talking about?
Hello.
Mike, are you there? Okay, cool. All right. Well, so
hold that close to the microphone there. We're good to go.
It is. I'm gonna max this out. Here you go. And there that should be Mike, can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, good. So
look at that. We can work through stuff.
Yes, we can. So if Chris, do you have a screen capture of
yes.
Mike that we can
I don't have a screen capture of Mike, but I have the last frozen picture. How's that?
No.
That's not that bad.
No. No. No, that's not cool. What's the matter with you? Come on, you could do better than that. Mike,
yes.
We were actually talking about the actual the film itself. And let's rehash that because I want to make sure everybody really hears exactly what this process was and what drove you. Let's start with what drove you to get to this point. Because when did you film it? This is something that you filmed last year or before the pandemic?
2018.
Okay, 2018. So that's when you started. And when was it finished?
We actually finished it. The very last scene we finished in March 2020, just before the pandemic.
Okay. So, and this was obviously a labor of love. So,
yes.
and by the way, let's get to this as well because I don't think this came through too well. Mike, you wrote this, correct, and directed?
Yeah. Yes.
All right. And what about the production? You were the producer as well, yes?
Right.
Okay. So, how big was your cast?
Oh, there's probably 60 or 70 people in it.
Wow.
Main cast has, far less. And then we had a lot of cameos of minor characters. We had pilots, Viper pilots in it. We had, a lot of people just on the two ships in the background. Just to show, how many people had survived and how many were out there and how, bad the situation was getting. We also went down to two of the planets, three of the planets, and there were survivors down on two of them. So we had, there were different people all over the place. So we had to get new characters every time we went to a new ship, every time we went to a new planet.
Wow.
Yes.
That's pretty intense. And obviously we just got to see the trailer tonight. and that's obviously not doing justice to the bigger picture. Where this is definitely a well thought out production, being that you have so many people involved. How long did it take you to write this, and what inspired you?
So always wondered all the way back to '78, like what happened to the people left behind. So we always wanted to tell a story of what was happening with those people. So we started this, kind of went with what would happen to anybody left behind. They have to get some ships. They'd have to get off the planets. The radiation was spreading. We wanted to just see what was happening there. So we wanted to include characters from all 12 planets, which we did. We wanted to show, what some of them were. So we randomly picked 3 of them so we could show what was happening on them. We wanted to do a lot of homages to the original series, even though it's set in the time of the reimagined series. We brought in a lot of characters and situations from the original series that were not reimagined in the new one.
Interesting. Very interesting. I do remember you mentioning that at Awesome Con, and so that definitely had piqued my interest. Never mind the fact that you'd actually done this fan film. And so what was it like writing out the story and then the script? What was that all about?
So a lot of it I did in pieces. We were filming the scenes on the Battlestar Masada first. So I went down to Virginia. There was a crew there that we collaborated. They came up with great ideas. We put them together. We filmed all the scenes on that ship first. So that was a ship that was in very good shape. They had a full military crew. Everything was going fairly well there. Then we came back and put that in the computer and then said, okay, what else do we need? When you watched just those scenes, it worked as a short. They were just announcing the things that were happening on Scorpia, on Aquaria, on Leonis, and on the other ships. And then we started filming what was actually happening. So we had to go down, we went into Providence, found some old buildings. That was the surface of Scorpia. We went to Newport. That was Aquaria. We went out in the dead of winter when all the leaves were gone, so that was Leonis, assuming that the radiation was coming in. We got some cool statues of lions, filmed in front of those, so that would be on Leonis. So it was all kind of put together, like we had the big picture in the outline, but we'd write each section as we did it. And as we put it together, we'd go and say, okay, now what still needs to be here to make all this make sense?
Wow. That's a big production. You're talking about
went to a lot of places.
Going to places and sets. And so George G wants to know, how did you build the sets on the Battlestar? How did you do that?
So what we did, since the Battlestar Masada was the more modern ship and it was taken from the newer one, we actually had a practical set there. So that was in a garage. We had the plotting board, we had the planning table, we put the pegboard up. That was all done when I got there. So they did a great job setting that up. The Battlestar Victoria was more from the old series. So with the Masada, we did the shaky camera from the new series. Victoria, we made it look static like the old series, and that was all green screen.
Wow, that's a lot of work, man. That's really, really cool. So who helped you? Who was part of your production team? How did you get those guys, and who were they?
So Chris Dykes, who had initially contacted me about making the film, he had the whole Masada set in his garage.
Oh wow! Okay.
And he got a crew together, so they all had uniforms. They had props. They had a lot of cool tech. I actually went down. I met some of them weren't able to get to Virginia, so I met them in North Carolina. We filmed in a hotel room against a green screen, and then I drove to Virginia, and we filmed there.
Holy crap!
Oh boy, that's talk about labor of love, man.
Yes.
Oh boy, what did you? in the process of filming this, what were some of the lessons that you learned?
So we learned. Oh, I knew this from going back. Shooting in 1980, that you had to kind of give the backstory before the actors would come in. I'd say to them, like, you may never have been to Minnesota, but you know how to pronounce it. So when we say the names of the colonies, you need to know them and not be sounding them out and, stopping and like, how do you say that? So we would go over whatever colonies they had to mention. We would go over multiple times. We'd have to give them a backstory on who their characters were. So we brought in characters from the original series that were not in the reimagined series. And then we'd explain, like, okay, in the original series, this is who she was, this is what she did, we're doing this with her, just so they'd have some background. Some of them really went with it, thought it was cool. Some of them went back and watched the original series.
Oh, wow. Cool. So actually, Chris Tykes just sent, he just put up a message and he says, we had an etched plotting board that was made by one of the fans. The plotting table was a modified air hockey table with a frosted plexiglass surface. And so they lit that, and the Drata screens were 15-inch monitors, sanitized, of course. Man, oh man, that's a heck of a headache to try to get all that stuff all together and in one place. Is not an easy task. So,
and we had to film very tight because it was a garage.
Oh so, boy!
There were some things we couldn't, show. Like, okay, we can't go too far over here. We can't go too far over here. But there was a widescreen TV that had a lot of images on it too. But that was their main computer on the Masada.
Wow. So, Mike, what about the actual, writing of the script and the story? Was that something that you collaborated, or was that just all you?
So Chris and I got together before we did it and came up with ideas. Okay, the Masada will be in better shape. The Victoria is really, like, when it starts, the people on the Victoria are desperate. They're going to Aquaria hoping that there's a place they can settle because they're out of fuel, they're out of food. There's just no way to stay on the ship anymore. So we went with that, made them more desperate. The Masada comes in. The scene where the two meet up is reminiscent of both versions of Galactica and Counting Pegasus.
Oh, cool.
Oh, we put in scenes very reminiscent of both of them.
Oh, wow. I got to tell you, the special effects that we did see in the trailer are very impressive as well. So how did that come about?
So that was all Chris. Chris got all the special effects.
Wow.
And then he would email them to me, and I just add them in. Then I'd say, okay, we need this, we need this, we need this, and they'd show up, and they are very, very impressive.
What about takes? How many takes did some of these scenes? Was it like a one-shot deal? What was the time constraint?
Some of them would be a one-shot. What I normally do is we rehearse a scene till we know it, and then we film it. Some of them you got to rehearse more than once, especially with people not familiar with the show. It was actually very cool to be filming at Chris's house, where everybody knew not only what Scorpio was, but where it was, where I didn't have to stop and say, okay, there's these 12 planets, and it's sort of the Zodiac, but a little bit different. Everybody already knew, okay, this is Sagittarius, this is Scorpio, we're going. All right. That was great. Some of the others, the Borderland Nomen, which we brought in from the original series, they had no idea. They'd never seen the show. They were young kids. They really didn't know what was going on, so there was a lot of takes with them.
Interesting. How did you recruit your actors?
So some of them I knew. Many of them I had worked with. We'd place ads online, and people kind of came out of the woodwork to be involved in it. Fans wanted to be in it. I did one whole sequence at a convention in Maryland, Shore Leave, I think it was. There's a Gunstar, a much smaller ship, and we did all the scenes on that there.
Wow.
That started off well, but we were kind of filming in a hallway, So anybody came by or people got loud because it was a convention, we'd have to stop and redo that. But mostly that worked. I just brought the green screen with me, and we filmed in a lot of places. Just set up the green screen, put on the uniforms. A lot of libraries. They'll let you use the study rooms or their meeting rooms. So we did a lot of libraries, like place ads and say, hey, we need these people, we need these people. We did bring in all of the Council of 12 members from the original series that we saw in the background. So they all came in. They were the new quorum of 12.
Interesting. Very interesting.
So,
Chris Dykes just said that we graciously got permission from several artists to use previously made VFX from smaller projects. Wow, that's cool. So this was a major collaboration.
Yes.
And I'm glad that we're helping you get this out because it deserves as much publicity as we can help generate on our end because it's very, very cool. And the fact that you pay homage to the classic and you bring that into then the reimagined and you bring it all together in a way that a fan does. Right. So that's what makes this. Yeah. And it's special in and of itself. But when a fan does it, it adds that extra ingredient that, it can only be brought by a fan. So it makes it better in my eyes. And I think Chris agrees with that. So we're definitely looking forward to this, Mike. And we definitely want to have you on. And we will troubleshoot through whatever else it takes, but we definitely want to have you back. We definitely thank you very, very much for allowing us to, premiere your trailer. And we will be working on a premiere date with you for the, the actual screening of your fan film after the fall. And we're really, really looking forward to it. I mean, you can tell that you put in a lot of work. And, you and Chris, man, thanks for sharing this with us. It energizes us. We're looking forward to the next one. Is there going to be a next one, Mike?
We do have plans. We have an outline for it. We went to 3 colonies in this one, so the plan is to go to 3 more in the next one. And see, we're going to kind of pick up a year or 2 after that one left off. It leaves off, where you think everything's going to be okay, and you find out that it really isn't. And bring in some Cylons.
Woohoo!
The Cylon base ship should show up.
Nice.
And we do find that, you think everything's okay, but the people left behind, it's not good, and some of them are just not very nice people. So they're, making things worse for us.
Achilles says, great questions. Huge congratulations to Mr. Goodreau. Thank you for sharing. The background story sounds extremely interesting. Curious as to who his favorite character in Galactica is or was and why. Is this trailer available on YouTube? And let's see, we're getting a bunch of other. Where can one see this besides today's show?
I will absolutely get it out there so people can see it.
And if
right
he gives us
now,
permission, we'll put it on our site.
I have to see where I can put it, but I can let you know where I'm going to put it so people can see it.
Okay, so if Mike, you'll get with Chris Moore, and if you want, we can probably work something out to have that up on IFB. We would love to do that for your project. George G, what was the budget on the film? Is asking.
It was all kind of paid for at different times. Like, I had to fly to Virginia, and we built some, made some uniforms, built some things.
Are we losing? Wow. Really bad night tonight. All right, everybody. It looks like must be a northern thing because I'm good and you can still hear me, and I can still see everything switching here. So it's one of those challenging nights that it always happens every so once in a while. So Pete should be coming back on here shortly, and hopefully we'll get everything back in there. So. Anyways, I was just looking through all of the cool questions that everybody was asking, and of course, we'll try to put the trailer up, and then of course the video actually film. We're going to work with him and actually get that out with a Zoom meeting, so we could all sit down and watch it, and perhaps he can invite some of his some of the stars, and especially Chris, who's been filling us in the background with a couple of cool information on this. So looks like I got rid of Pete too. So anyhow, it's the Chris show now, which is all important because it's all about Cylons. So now we don't have to talk about those pesky colonials and everything else. So we'll give Pete a couple more minutes to get back on here. He evidently unplugged something. You guys just can't figure out IT. Because I'm good. Of course, you know, I'm paying for a good connection, but Pete's probably paying for a good connection too. So anyhow, if you didn't get to see we got to see Pete's tree last week, and we went around, and actually we were looking at his tree, and we're going to go ahead and pull my tree up here for a second, and we'll go through the only thing that's good on my tree, which is all Cylon stuff. So give me 1 second. I have to pull up the phone. I have this cool little app that does this NDI thing. Look at that. Ooh, right. Cool. Yeah. The Cylon Death Machine show. Yeah. Triple T and the Cylon Death Machine. We got a band name for sure now. All right. Let me pull this camera up while Pete's trying to figure out what's going on at his end. I had to have him phone in. All right, NDI. There we go. And I gotta. I'm stuck. Hang on. All right, we're gonna switch over, and hopefully we don't have a background noise. But hey, there we go. Let me try microphone there, and turn off the microphone here. All right, we'll just leave that microphone on. Anyhow, this is the Cylon tree. So we have the gold Cylon helmet at the top.
And
he's back. And this is the only tree. Be quiet, Pete. This is the important thing. Then we got the cool Cylons. All Cylons are on here. That's all we have on here is all Cylons. Look at that. Cylon. And Buddha Cylon. And gold Cylon. And silver Cylons. And even a Cylon coaster. Mediocre Modelers, cool thing. He sent us this Solanite charge, more Cylons, and Tribble. I had to put a Tribble in. Funny story about the Tribble, it's actually a screen-used Tribble. Not from the original series, but it's an actual screen-used Tribble from Deep Space Nine when they did the Trouble with Tribble remake. So that is a screen-used one. So anyhow, we'll go back to Pete. You still there?
I am here.
Yay, Pete's
Can
back.
you hear me?
Yep, I hear
Yes.
you. What'd you do? Unplug something?
No, there was a power outage. And yeah.
Well, can't handle that one either.
How about that? So
Tonight
is a full night full of great surprises. And
always a challenge.
Yes, Mike and I kind of pretty much just wrapped it up. You know, we were only on for about literally a minute and a half more. and Mike and I basically discussed a little bit of the future. There's a future plan, and I invited him back so that we could follow up after we view and screen the actual film itself. And I also asked him if his original film that he had done back in 1980 on film, he has it. And he said that he is willing to dig it up and convert it so that his original fan film, which is solely based on the classic, Battlestar, which was a project that he worked on, one of his original projects, which is on film, he will convert it and then share it with everyone. And I'm just like, in awe of that. That's going to be fantastic. So, he wishes everybody well, and we're looking towards, the new year bringing us, more BSG and more homages and fan films. And we're going to try to start out on the right foot with, screening the After the Fall, Mike Goodrow's work. And, of course, he did that with Chris Dyke, and, just looking forward to it. And, he's open to coming back, Chris. And that's kind of where we left it off. And, I thanked him for coming on the show. And that was, so we ended up having like just a one-on-one while the computer automatically rebooted itself after all the lights and everything else went off. But that's okay. So we're back, and you got to show off your shiny little Christmas tree.
Right, but I didn't get to sing all of my Christmas carols. Like I had one that started out Starbuck roasting in a crashed Viper. Apollo lying in repose.
No, that's
too morbid for you. What the heck?
That's
how about Apollo got run over by a land ram? No. No.
Oh,
all right.
boy.
So you've heard of Lucifer and Baltar and the Imperious Leader and Serpentine and all those, but have you heard about the most important Cylon of all?
Obviously not. I think I'm going to hear about it now.
Yeah, it's Vulpa, the red-eyed Cylon, right? you know that? Vulpa, the red-eyed Cylon.
Go ahead.
Ball all you humans, and grovel and scream his name.
Oh boy.
What?
You have too much time on your hands.
It's work.
Paul says we're going to have a Galactica festival. Yes, that's exactly what we're going to do. Mediocre Modeler says, I have a Super 8 projector. You can project it on the wall and broadcast it. That's awesome.
Actually, that is a possibility. I can do just about anything if I had the Super 8 projector here.
Yeah.
If he wants to pay for me to go there, I'll just go there and we can broadcast from his house.
Pick it. Yeah, exactly. We have barbecue. George G says,
that,
tell Daggett to get out of the power grid. Yeah, no kidding, man. What the heck? Rudolph the Red-Nosed Cylon. Actually, Eric, it's, what did you call it? You called him it's not Rudolph the Red-Nosed Cylon. Your first attempt was
Vulpa,
you
the
said
red-eyed Cylon.
Randolph the
Randolph the red-eyed Cylon was another one we were working on.
Yeah, Santa
Adama.
One. Santa Adama.
Yeah.
Okay.
I still like Adama got run over by a land ram.
That's messed up.
Adama got run over by a land ram.
That's actually
trying to save the. I don't know. We'll figure something out there.
That's actually quite messed up that you actually would say something like that.
I like, Starbuck roasting in a crashed Viper and Apollo lying in repose.
So,
Tiny
I came up
with their heads all aglow.
Yeah,
that could be work.
Chris,
we could work that one.
Chris, you need to calm down, man. You're having some very strange fun with this nonsense.
Yeah, Santa Adama, 1980. That he did look like Santa. He had the beard and everything.
Yes, he did.
And I guess we would call.
Yeah, that's right. Yep.
Dr. Z could have been an elf.
Yeah. Well, I'm gonna share. The 12 days of BSG with everybody. Just real quick, I'm putting it in, and this is what I came up with.
I like 6 of singing. There you go. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So here we go. There it is, everybody. I just put up.
You didn't put it up anywhere.
The 12 days of BSG.
Where'd you put it up at?
It's up on. I just added it as comments on our.
Well, that doesn't do any good.
For me, it doesn't do any good.
You got to sing it. Let's see.
It's the on the 12th day of BSG, my commander sent to me 12 tribes of searching, 11 planet terrors, 10 lords of Kobol, 9 warriors dancing, 8 boltars basking, 7 base stars spinning, 6 specters falling, 5 sire Yuris, 4 barking daggets, 3 laser pistols, 2 Cylon raiders, and a mushy in a land ram. Merry Christmas. That was it, right. Come on. It's not. It's nice. It's fun. It's not like killing and blowing up and dismembering and just dominating and doing bad things. It's just fun.
It's colonialized. Yes, I got it.
It's colonialized. It's in the comment.
Oh, go Colonials were so good.
Oh boy, 6 6s singing.
There you go.
Oh, okay, Chris, very good. Thank you, Jess, for giving the fan film some love. Can't say thanks enough, Chris. You're very, very welcome. And we'll do more.
Yeah,
we will do more.
We're gonna do a big premiere. We're gonna have we'll pull up our we have another site other than we'll have this pipe into Zoom, so we'll actually be able to pipe the video right into Zoom, and we'll go from we'll actually be able to play it from there, and you guys can if you got other people that kind of worked on it that want to do it that date and time, we can all work together and we can have a show with all of the stars in it. Kind of have a what would you call that? Pop-up video?
Yes, pop-up video. Actually, what's funny is that Paul Roeder says, aka Commander Kane, the Android sisters should sing that. Yes. Baz says good, clean, wholesome fun should be more of it, of course.
Yeah. Did you send me the pictures yet?
Eric, I did. Eric says Starbuck would have closed it and a perfect pyramid hand. Yes. I was trying to figure out. I emailed it to Tipsy Toaster. So take a look, and they're there. I sent you all the pictures. Never grow up. Grown-ups are boring. Absolutely. Hey, John Repper. It was fun, but no one would be able to handle 5 Sire Yuris. Yeah. He was very annoying. That Sire, yes, he was. Absolutely. Yeah, so look, we're gonna do it, and in terms of the fan film. But for tonight, Chris, as you pull up the pictures, give me a nod of the head if you found them. I emailed them as attachments. So Baz, we're gonna have them up in a few minutes, or not a few minutes, but a minute or two, because we want to share. That's really cool work that you did. In the meantime, though, I want to prep the fact that we are going to be doing tonight. Before we wrap, we're going to do Maximum Press Battlestar Galactica #1. We're going to actually start that tonight. We're going to go through the first issue like we typically do. We do the comic books, which is great. So Chris has his overhead camera set up. We're going to do that. And also we're going to then cover the last chapter not the last chapter, the chapter that we are now on in terms of the Battle of Malachi, and that's chapter 6. And like we've been saying, I grabbed one of the PDFs that are floating around on the internet, although I do also own one of the originals, which is fantastic. I highly recommend it, guys. I hope that you guys are taking the time out to actually read it, because it's definitely worth it. So, and I was told that Lola has acquired some interesting BSG collectibles, and I still haven't seen any pictures or any comments, Lola. So I want to see and know, what did you acquire that's Battlestar Galactica related? I believe it's from Canada. It's Canadian BSG stuff. So I'm anxious to see that. And I know that this holiday season, whether Hanukkah, Christmas, or otherwise, many of us probably have received some really cool, sci-fi, pop culture, and/or BSG gifts. At least I know I have some on my list, and I know that they're under the tree. So we will be sharing some of that stuff with you guys afterwards. I know that I did share with everyone that I had I acquired the Warhammer 40K Chibi advent calendar, and every day there's a new miniature or mini Space Marine from different chapters. So I've been doing that, and I'll share all those. I'll take a picture, and Chris will put those up, because it's really, really cool for all the fans that do the gaming or into Warhammer and that kind of thing. I've been getting back into all of that, and Chris, I think, looks like he's almost ready to share some of the fantastic pictures that Baz sent us on one of the Dune blades that he made, and so kindly shared that with us. I don't know that these images have been out there anywhere, but really, really cool. 5 Sires and Cyruses, yes. Canadian Land Ram. Imagine that, Paul. I mean, I hope so. But yeah, wow, that would be something. The box alone is really cool, but imagine getting the actual Land Ram. Anyway, so yeah, there's a whole bunch of stuff out there. I can handle 6/6s. I don't know if you can, Baz.
I don't know. That could be 666. 666. I don't know.
Yeah, I would think that 1/6 is probably more than enough. But hey, lots of luck with that, buddy.
One date with Athena.
When I was making this up, I wasn't thinking that, but I should have, and that would have, and not told Chris that was one of the lines, and then, bust that out. That would have been really, really next year. Live and learn.
One date with Athena. I can do that. Should I show him my Christmas present I bought myself?
Yes, please, man. Come on, because we want to see the pictures.
All right, Baz, hang on, Baz.
Yeah.
And we haven't forgot about you. We're still there. Hang on. I just gotta
bring that up.
This up,
because we have. Yeah, you guys gonna get a nice, good laugh out of this, and maybe a little envy on that. So mixed in, one would do me. Yes, one would do. Hopefully you, and the other 5, I don't know what they're gonna be doing, but yeah, 1/6 is probably more than enough. But Chris, are you ready?
Hang on.
Okay, Chris is. You're not going to be surprised. None of you will be surprised to see what Chris is going to show you in a second. It's classic Chris is going to share when he finally gets that camera of his set up. Oh, that's right. So Chris has he's in his main studio, and he has an overhead camera, but he's working another camera to actually get this image for you. And
here you go. Ready?
Yeah,
this was a gift
impressive
to myself for Christmas. Here you go.
Oh boy!
Drum
All right,
roll.
guys. Okay. Chris, you're supposed to say something now. You can speak. Oh boy.
I'm speechless.
Chris, how big is that?
I mean, look at the dimples. It's such a fine smile.
How big is it?
Oh, that's I want to say it's 22 by 30.
Is it canvas?
It's canvas. A 22 by 30 canvas. That's a comic book in front that we're going to be talking about tonight. So that gives you an idea how big it is. It is huge. It's bigger than life size. How's that?
Yeah, all right,
man.
man.
Smile.
Roslyn. Bazarm says, although that Roslyn, yeah, I gotta agree with you, man. Gotta agree. Jeff Walters, my daggit, got run over by a land ram because the Cylons were chasing after me. But Cylons, you better be getting worried when I get to my Viper. You will scream. Excellent. Excellent. I love it, man. Achilles is sending you all kinds of emoji with yes, that's right.
Yeah,
does it take
Baz, can you actually build a life-size Athena? I mean,
the beautiful Marin. Yes, the beautiful
Baz
Marin.
PM me, we'll talk.
Yes, he does, Baz. Yep. All right, you guys, man. Does it take batteries?
No,
man. Yes,
no,
he's
no.
speechless. That's right. All right, guys. So, now that Chris is going to compose himself, because every day when he walks into the room and Marin's there, he freezes. I don't know how long he stands there for a second, frozen.
Well, at least I didn't put her up in the bedroom. That gives you that much.
All right, don't be a creepy Cylon. Just be a regular Cylon.
Right?
Don't be a creepy Cylon.
She's next to the broadcast, so whenever I'm broadcasting, I can look over and see her.
Will you please? Come on, man.
I mean,
boy.
the rate I'm going, my dream has always been to Marin, if you're out there. Oops, that's not me. I'm over here. There I am.
There you go. Yeah.
The Marin, if you're out there listening in, which I hope you are. Maybe you are, maybe you aren't. I'm not that creepy. Please answer the phone. I've called you at least 600 times, and I'm sure there's probably a phone problem at your area. I don't think you've changed the number. Maybe, I don't know. Maybe you lost your phone. Probably lost your phone. Had to get a new number. And the emails I've sent, I mean, I can't see 500 or 600 is not that many. And they haven't bounced, so you must be seeing them, right? And then and the guy knocking on the front door, that's okay. I just want to talk.
Yes. So this is great. Mediocre Modeler says we may have to call the Athena Intervention Association. Yes.
Paul, my name's Chris. I have a problem. I'm addicted
right.
to Athena.
Paul says all true warriors have Athena posters. Another yes. John Repper says the Cylons won't know whether to open fire or fall in love with Athena. That's yes number 3. And then Baz says, behave, fellas. So that's where
Baz is with me. He says 600. It's just rude not to answer. I mean,
he's going to pull a Starbuck. One girl in one room and another girl in the other. Yeah.
I have Cassie in the other room.
Not that creepy. Yeah, mediocre modeler. Yeah.
Just a little. No, my dream has always been to interview her. So I know I've reached out, tried to get a hold of her.
That's not going to work out too well. I think I'll be doing
it's been years. Been trying to find her, that kind of thing. I mean, I haven't hired a private investigator or anything like that.
Oh, boy. All right. He's just kidding.
Yeah.
All right. He's just kidding.
We would love to interview her if she ever would.
Just a joke.
Would contemplate getting an interview from us. That would be amazing.
Yes, that would be.
Pete would definitely have to do it. I would be dumbstruck. But.
Yes, and Sharon Monroe and Lee Gold are on the list.
Sharon Monroe, we've been trying to find them.
Yeah. Anyway,
I have
Chris
Sue Paxton, the same thing.
Chris.
Yep, ready?
Chris. Yes, go.
Dun dun dun.
Dun dun dun. Baz
and the Viper.
Yes, Baz and the Viper, man.
Yep.
Look at that. Making knives. Love it.
Knives. Baz up on the Viper. Making the knives.
Oh,
Baz.
boy.
Bazaroni. The Bazmeister.
Wow.
Some people don't remember that shit. Probably from us.
Chunk of metal, man. Whew. Yeah.
And
go for it.
And this is. Here, ready? Here we go.
Yeah. So Baz now, bam, the reveal. Look at this. This is beautiful. And that's just one. Wait, we got a couple more that he sent us.
Look at the handle on this thing. The hammered.
It's incredible, man. That is so cool. Unbelievable, right? And this is from Dune. Hey, Bez, send us up a couple of details on the knife itself. And these are like, one of a kind pieces.
Look at the
hand forged
engraving on this.
Oof. Wow. That's
got the symbols on
man.
it and everything. That's freaking cool.
Yeah. That's a heck of a work there. Now,
There's your Dune.
Yeah. Whew. So cool. So cool. Hand forged, handmade. Baz is one of us in terms of a Battlestar Galactica fan. We've had him on the show. We talked all about him making the 1-to-1 scale Viper Down Under and Australia.
There's
And
a challenge for you, Baz.
Yeah,
make an actual
really cool.
Cylon sword.
Whoa, that's interesting.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah.
I don't think they'd let me take it to con if I got it, but I'd definitely put one up on my wall.
That'd be kind of
Home
cool,
defense.
man.
That's what it's for.
That's right. It's home defense from all the different aliens that you Cylons have conquered.
That's it.
Yeah. So that brings us to the comic book, Chris.
Comic book?
Comic book.
I got to go get close to Marin. Hi, Marin.
Okay, so that means
your
that
way, girl.
we're not going to do the comic book, and I'm going to have to do the Battle of Malachi by myself because
hang
it's
on.
not
Comic
gonna
book
happen.
time.
Comic book time. All right, let's do this.
Uno momento, por favore.
All right, just tell her Baz sent you. Yeah, knock on her front door wearing a Cylon costume. Yeah, tell her Baz said that. Well, Mediocre Modeler says, I want to go down and build something with Baz. Yeah, that would be something, man. Jeff Walters, no dingo's going to eat your baby. Paul Roeder, Baz, bet you can make actual Cylon blades. Oh, for sure he can. Paul, and make, yes, of course. Yeah, bit of a problem at cons. It's starting to look a lot like Christmas 1980 all across Earth. Yeah, and getting through airports is tough too. Of course it is. Yeah, man. So, yeah, we're getting ready.
Ready? Can you hear me?
Oh, absolutely, we can. Let's do this.
All right. So this is Maximum #1. This is done by Rob Liefeld. You signed there. If you don't know who Rob Liefeld is, all I got to say is Deadpool.
And we're trying to get him on the show. We met him in person at New York Comic Con, and he was amenable to coming on the show to discuss actually, the run, this Galactica run, because he's a fan. So we're working on it, guys, and we're going to do our best to try to get him on. We'll see what happens.
Hi, Marin. How are you? Anyways, so this is I like the stories in this one. So we'll talk about the story in a minute. The first thing that kind of got me at first was like, these guys look a lot like Planet of the Apes, But
yeah, a little bit, right?
But when you get inside of it, it's not that bad. So, you look at the actual characters inside the inside of here, it's not that bad. So this one's called War of Eden. The story is by Rob Liefeld. Script, penciler Hector Gomez, inker Renee Micheletti, and lettering's Kurt Hathaway. So there's a lot of people in here, but Rob Liefeld did the story, so this is kind of cool. I mean, this is not bad. I mean, you look at the front cover, you're like, what the hell? And then you look at this, and it's like, okay, I can deal with this.
Yeah, that's cool. That is cool. Yeah.
So I can deal with this. It's not that bad. It's not like it's not Planet of the Apes.
You say that with this like ring to it, as if it's a bad thing.
Well, no, but I mean, there's Planet of the Apes and there's Battlestar Galactica. I don't know if you can.
This is true.
Push them together, but Planet of the Galactica, I'm not sure works.
No, but the artwork though there's a lot of it's
really
pretty
nice.
good, man.
So the story behind this is it's a number of years after colonial year. It's colonial year, whatever the colonial years you want to look at. So Adama has gotten a sickness that's taken over his brain, and it happens to Capricorns. So there's nothing much they can do about it. And while he's in sickness, Apollo is out on tour, and he's out doing a cap or a patrol, and he comes back. They lose him. He doesn't know where he goes. He's been missing for a little while, and he finally makes it back. And come to find out, he was in contact with the Ship of Lights.
Oh, look at that!
So Ship of Lights, and this is a really good Apollo picture, actually. I think
Yeah,
it's a really good rendition, and it's and this is a really cool picture there too. So it's a Ship of Lights.
Oh yeah.
And the Ship of Lights gives them some, they're like, hey, you need to get to Earth. We're going to help you get there. They kind of give them a boost in regards to some technology that gets them the ability to jump farther than they have in the past, so they can get to Earth.
Yeah.
So go ahead.
Eric Patton tells us this was a big thrill for me when I first saw this issue in 1993, the first original official Galactica publication since 1980. Yeah, absolutely. This is Rob Liefeld actually set up like an offshoot of Maximum to cover this and to make this Galactica run, and gotten the license, and so he's quite proud of this, even to this day. There wasn't a lot out. There was nothing out there, and so he did this and kept things going, which is fantastic. First time I've seen a comic where the art on the inside is better than the cover. Usually it's the other way around. Yeah, that's
usually
right,
it is the other way
Achilles.
around.
Yeah, but this is it's really cool.
Yeah. So they jump. They're going to jump back and forth to Earth. So you jump ahead a little bit, and it's 15 years later. So now Adama has died, and we've jumped 15 years ahead, and now Athena is now third in charge. She's a colonel, and Adama kind of forced Apollo to take over, even though he wanted Colonel Ty to take over. But Adama said, no, you have to turn over, and Colonel Ty said, no, Colonel Ty will be your second in charge, and then Athena is going to be a colonel also. So really cool transition. They're now 15 years later. Boxy's a little older. Boxy's flying, and there's they're being chased by the Cylons constantly still, and the Cylons keep up with them because of their knowledge and better technology. Ha 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 ha. So Cylons are smart. Anyhow, what? No comeback there, Pete? Are you there?
Well, I wanted you to actually zero in on Athena's uniform.
Yeah, it's kind of cool.
Yeah, what is it?
Picture of it here in a minute.
No.
Yeah,
it's. She's like no. She's holding like no. It's cut out. You got to go to the next one.
Yeah,
because if you look at that one there. Look, it looks a lot like the uniforms that we see in the reimagined.
Right. Well, also look at the Battlestar.
Yep. That's
Battlestar
interesting.
Looks a lot like the one in the reimagined.
Yeah.
I mean,
isn't
a
that
lot
something,
like the one in the reimagined.
Oh yeah, and her uniform does too. That was like immediately struck me. I was like, whoa, wait a second, that looks just like it's the reimagined, man. So.
Yep.
Well,
and then of course the Vipers are a little bit different now too. So their battle back and forth. They keep jumping, they're trying to get farther and farther. There's a scene in here with Captain Starbuck and Lieutenant Boxy or Cadet Box, Lieutenant Boxy. They call him Lieutenant Box. I'm not sure that's a right way to say it, but so we got Boxy there and Starbucks, being the bad uncle. From there, of course, we got the Cylon Raiders that look a lot different 15 years later.
Yeah. One of the comments that Paul, I don't know if you beat me to it or not, but Paul actually wrote up, he said his comment was, looks like the reboot Galactica in the pic. Yeah, exactly, man. not calling him Troy in this version. Yeah, that's
Right.
from Eric. Yeah.
So of course there's a big fight, and then of course he's worked on his own Viper. I'm talking about Starbuck works on his own Viper. He's got special skills in it now that it goes backwards faster. So he goes backwards and he shoots down the Cylons. That's sad.
Excellent. Love it.
But I
as
love
it should be.
Out of all of the red, all of the black text, they put one red text in there. Where's it at? There it is.
Soulless bastards. Exactly.
So he shoots him down with his new Viper.
Yeah. Well, good job, Starbuck. Well done.
Yeah.
Well done.
So lots of really good pictures in regards to the graphics are really nice. Once again,
Yeah,
that still looks like the new
Yeah.
Galactica.
It does, doesn't it? It's striking how it does. And the funny thing is, obviously, that this is from the 90s, way before the reboot. So
Right.
very interesting.
So they finally jump to Earth, and so they finally jump to Earth, and now they have to go check it out. They're not getting any audio back. Starbuck starts to look like Flavio or Fabio.
Or the handsome Sasquatch.
Yeah. So the Starbuck is now Fabio. So now we know where Fabio came from. Quite the ladies' man.
Funny.
Oh, also in here, Apollo is married to Sheba.
Cool.
And they have a son. And
Okay.
what do you think What do you think the name of their son is?
Dr. Z.
No.
Okay.
What do you
His
think?
name is Hercules.
No. Sheba
name-
lost her father.
Cain. So they call him Cain.
Cain.
He's named Cain.
Yeah. So their son's called Cain.
Okay. I was going to say Demetrius, but that's okay.
Okay. So once again, some really interesting uniform checks. Kind of look steampunkish.
Yeah, a little bit.
Yep.
Just-
the big
just a
shoulder, the
little.
big shoulder boards.
Yeah.
Come on. The big shoulder boards. So they go down to the surface of the planet. Check out these Vipers. Look at all the guns on that thing.
Oh, that's cool.
And we've got Boomer, who is now leading this excursion onto the surface to find out what's going on. So they're on the surface. They hear a thud. They go check it out, and it is a...
What is it? Oh, what the heck? Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, so that's on
Oh,
Earth.
boy.
And they're like, what the heck is that?
Yeah, what is that?
It's a pyramid and another pyramid upside down. So you kind of get an idea of maybe, I don't know what's going on here, but maybe it's starting to look at Egypt. So they're like, so I noticed they recognize some of the writings, and suddenly, dinosaurs! Curse you, you inevitable betrayal.
Shoot it.
Dinosaurs. So the dinosaurs, Boxy tries to get away in a Viper, and the dinosaur crunches it.
Whew, that's
So
nasty.
Boxy gives one last, hey, tell Dad,
That's
I love you.
disrespectful.
And tell Dad I love you and everything else. Then we go, tell Dad I'm sorry that I became dinosaur food.
Come on.
Boxy, the dinosaur kibble.
you.
New flavor, Boxy flavored dinosaur kibble. Find it at your local grocery store. So then we switch over to the Cylons. So we have a new Cylon base ship, which is amazing looking.
That's weird. That's weird looking. That's not even cool, man.
And we have Baltar, who...
Oh, boy. Oh, boy.
Looks like, if you look at the hair on this cheek there, he kind of looks like...
Ra's al Ghul.
No, I was going to say... now you got me. You tripped me up.
I tried on purpose. I
Yeah,
did it on
Wolverine.
purpose.
He's got
Wolverine.
kind of a Wolverine look.
Nah, it looks like Ra's al Ghul to me.
So
Who's that?
that's Baltar.
That's Baltar.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
And then this is Spectre. I mean, Lucifer.
But he's got no mouth.
He doesn't need a mouth. So they're talking about how hey, did you get the Galactica? No, I didn't get the Galactica.
What the hell's he talking through? Just like a
I don't know.
What the hell?
Maybe he's communicating mentally because he's smart.
It's annoying me.
Yeah. How about the scar on Baltar there?
Hold on, it's not coming through. There we go. I don't know. It's over his eye. The hell is that? What, he's like a pirate now?
So, anyways, they're talking about, says, hey, we're gonna, you didn't get them, and go back and get them. Go capture the Galactica, and then suddenly in the shadows, it says, you won't find them, Baltar. They are well beyond the reach of your furthest installation. What? Good Lord!
Oh boy!
I know that voice.
Uh-oh.
This is Count Ebly.
Let's see. He looks like what? He looks like Lex Luthor, man.
Yep.
Not so cool.
So Count Ebly is now part of the storyline, and he'll be back in the next issue. A hero returns, and that hero is Count Ebly.
Look, the story is great, and some of the art is great. Like it's the representation that is quite unique, and it makes it a little challenging. But
yeah, I think it's okay. I like it. And then here in the back is a really cool. So these are the sketches that they came up with for the different characters.
Up more.
Hang on.
Up more. There you go. There you go. Now it's in
Apollo.
Yeah. Starbuck. Okay, cool. Very cool. So Mediocre Modeler says, so Baltar's been lifting weights and I think taking steroids. Paul says Cylon parts. Mediocre Modeler, I was going to say Lex Luthor 2. Has he seen
I was
BSG?
going to say Kingpin.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Or Kingpin's skinnier. And Baltar, I know that voice. This was the era where they were still skittish over whether they had the legal rights or not to closely follow the actors' likenesses, I think. That was from Eric. Yeah, probably. You're probably 100% correct. Actually,
there's Lucifer 6.
We had J.C. Vaughn mentioned something about that, and who else was it? It was J.C. Vaughn that was on the show. I think someone else too commented about having the rights to the likenesses. I think it was JC, and we're hoping to bring him back with his team, his buddies. So that would actually be cool. Eric Patton makes sense. Yep, that's right. So yeah, man. I mean, all said and done, pretty good. We're gonna go through the rest of them. We're gonna go through all of those, and so we now, Chris, very cool.
It's not bad. I like it. I kind of like the story. I really like.
Yeah,
I really like the story. Absolutely. It's foreseeable. It's something you could definitely foresee in Battlestar Galactica. It's 10 years later. The Boxy's flying now. Apollo and Sheba have been married. Athena has moved up in ranks. Starbuck is still a womanizer.
All good. So
and he looks with the long hair. He always had long hair to begin with. So
yes, he just gets crazier, but that's all okay. I mean, look, we're gonna follow it through. We're gonna, we're having fun with it, and some of us haven't really seen these, and it's been a while, right? It's about give or take 25 plus years that these things, when they first came out. So hey, let's have some fun with this line of the Maximum. And so that brings us to the Battle of Malachi, and we're going to do chapter 6. Chris, do you have the original handy? Yeah, there you go. Battle of Malachi. And we're going to dive into a favorite chapter because Chris says this
amazing.
all has to do with
Beautiful chapter.
there
Every
is a lot
chapter
of
should be
fighting.
this good.
And there's a lot of fighting in this chapter. And again, guys, highly recommend reading this on your own.
Spoiler alert.
Yeah.
Lots of dead colonials.
Oh boy, I agree. Pick a storyline and stick with it. Yeah, that's right, mediocre modeler. Achilles says, "Come on, Chris, dinosaurs." I know. But hey, what the hell? I mean,
Hey,
nobody's
maybe
seen
they're
it.
going to explain it later. I still
Yeah, you
like
never know.
Boxy, the new dinosaur treat. Pick it up at your local supermarket.
Yeah, John Repper says Baltar has the build of Arnold Schwarzenegger, and that is just too different than the actor in Galactica. Art was too weird, but stories were okay.
Yeah.
And the truth be told, John, that's exactly why when I saw it on the stands, I did see it a couple of times. I was like, "This is freaky. I don't know what this is about. I'm not.
The
I
cover
am
would
not
have
going to
turned
spend."
me off immediately. So
Yeah, I'm not spending my money on it. But now, looking back, hey, it's a new set of stories, things we haven't really seen. We didn't, read it back then. So hey, we're gonna have a little fun with it. But agreed, and that's the truth of the matter is I remember seeing it on the stands. However, when it came to the Realm Press, the covers on the Realm Press were very, very exciting, and those were, in line with the original Galactica stuff. And obviously, we did those already, and the artwork is just incredible. So, this Maximum line in the narrative came first. We did it kind of backwards, but anyway. And by the way,
but
Chris,
also look who's writing the story.
Yeah.
We're talking about Rob Liefeld. Rob
Yes.
Liefeld is a consummate superhero guy.
Yes.
So you're gonna see a little bit more of a superhero turn into his comics. The pictures, everything is drawn more hero-ish. I don't know if that's a real word, hero-ish. But it's definitely, you can see an influence on that. So we're talking Deadpool, we're talking all X-Men, those kind of things. He wrote, was X-Men, X-Force, something
like that. Yeah,
something like that. Anyhow, that's why I think you're going to see you're going to see that.
Yeah, hints of throughout. But he was a fan. I mean, we there was interviews
Actually,
and stuff that he did.
There's a letter on the inside of there that talks about how he's excited about being able to do this.
Yeah. And the truth be told, when you went up to him the day we met him at New York Comic Con this year, 2021 in October, he was excited, right?
Yeah, I had him sign one of the Battlestars that I had, and he's like, "Man," I said, "It's been a while since I've seen this." I said, "Yeah." I said, "I bet it's been a while since I've seen this." I said, "Yeah, we run a show and we do this and that." And I says, "You want to come on the show, or would you be interested?" I said, "Yeah." I mean, he said, he literally said, "I don't normally do shows like that, but for you and the Battlestar stuff, I'll make sure, I'll make an exception." So he says, "Reach out to me on social media," which hasn't worked out yet. So
we're working on nailing them down. So let's see.
Closer.
Let's see.
We got hold of his agent. How's that?
Yeah, so we're getting closer. So hey, just so you guys know that we're not sitting on our hands. That's what we're looking to do. So anyway, back to the Battle of Malachi, right, Chris?
Yes. So we're back on Chapter 6, Battle of Malachi. So quick rehash of what's been going on. Sabotage stuck behind on all of the Battlestars. Sabotage actually exploded on the Pegasus, killing a couple of people.
Yes.
This is how we got Bojay from the Battlestar or Galactica over to Pegasus. They found a Hasari woman. She has died. Spoiler alert. There is, looking throughout the fleet, finding explosives on the ships. They're in a Tylium field area where all of these rocks. Asteroids are out there. They're an asteroid belt with tyllium in it. They can't shoot the tyllium. It will blow up if they're close by. And we finally get to the point where the Cylons are attacking.
Yep. And so now
that was a short enough one, right? Oh,
yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
So now that we are now on chapter 6, it opens up with the commander of, so there's 3 Battlestars in the 5th Fleet, right? So we hear in the series, in BSG, classic BSG, we hear of the fact that Kane and the Pegasus was believed to have been lost at the Battle of Malachi, and the 5th Fleet, him and the 5th Fleet. Yeah. So in this rendition, the 5th Fleet is made up of 3 Battlestars. Pegasus is the flagship, and there's other support craft.
Yes, there's other cruisers.
Yeah, and the Pegasus got held back because of the explosion, and the other 2 Battlestars have gone ahead, and now that they're encountering, they've identified the fact that they're being jammed by the Cylons, and they're now engaged in battle, and we open up the chapter with Theseus, who is the commander of the Battlestar Olympus, and so his officers on the bridge are telling them that there's jamming, all kinds of stuff going on. Yeah, there's jamming, but they're encountering the Cylons, and it's full out battle, full on space battle, and they come to the conclusion very quickly that based on what they're encountering and the numbers that they're seeing, that it's too late for Malachi, and they have to get back to the colonies. Is what the commander now, he's seeing this somehow. He's getting a vision or a premonition, and he's like, we got to get back. We got to get back to the colonies. Right. We cannot, we can't just engage and act like this is right. Like he's seeing, so the rest of the crew, his crew, Theseus, Commander Theseus's crew is having issues on whether or not he's seeing this as a premonition, which he has before, or he's losing his mind.
Yeah, he's like, yeah. So get the ship ready for battle. Get this ship ready for full assault. He orders. We're going through them. Which is talking about the 2 base stars, which kind of sounds familiar too.
It does very much. Which is right.
Yeah. So they're like, what? So we're gonna go to the Malachi, and he's like, no, we're going back to the colonies.
Yeah.
Like, what? They're attacking the colonies.
Yeah. Then, where's he getting that from? So, but basically, it comes down to it's like a premonition. Yeah. Like they think so, and they allude to he has had other premonitions that have come true in the experience this commander's career. Correct. So they're foreshadowing what is to come, and they do it twice. So it's the colonies are in jeopardy, and there's 2 base stars, which obviously happens in Mission Galactica later when they find the Pegasus again. So that's pretty interesting. And then Chris, Sheba's out there flying, right?
Yep. So Sheba came from the other from the Pegasus to come help out.
Yeah.
They're trying to help out because they lost contact because of all the jamming.
Yeah.
So now they're headed out there, and of course the full assault and full battle is going on, and she's worried about the people that are with her. And then during the full assault, what happens, Pete? Go ahead and say it.
Well, what happens is, wait a second, because there's a really, really cool scene between Sheba and Bojay, and they show you how Bojay saves Sheba, and they're starting to meld together as,
because he's the wingman.
Yeah, wingmate. And he just came over, right? He'd been, he's on TDY, right? He's been temporary duty assigned to the Pegasus from the Galactica, but now you see them, they're in combat, and they're working very well. So Bojay saves Sheba, and Sheba's now saying how it seems like they're gonna be together, or they're gonna be able to fight well together. And then they witness
what happens,
a huge explosion, and the Olympus blows up.
Yes,
and they're horrified by the fact that the Battlestar is gone. So the Cylons obviously, they talk about how the Cylons attack the Olympus, and they just overwhelm it, and it blows up. So that's
A lot of
obviously they're all like,
kamikazes. It's talking
yes,
about kamikaze shot.
just incredible.
So
Very
that was
much like, Chris, what happened in Mission Galactica,
right.
right? And right, isn't that where well, it happened in the first episode, right?
Right.
In
The
the
original
premiere,
series, yeah, the pilot.
yeah. And so there's a lot of that stuff going on, in this
Right.
story, that imagery. So it's really cool. And there's Vipers and squadrons fighting from the other Battlestar, the Britannica, out there.
Mhm.
So it's the Olympus jettison. Well, they're able to get everybody off of non-essential personnel off of the Olympus in
Right. They
shuttles.
shuttle them off, and then
Yeah,
the idiot goes towards the two, and they
yeah,
pretty
and
much says that. They're
right,
like,
and he get
why? I mean, even Commander Kane says it later in the chapter. It's like, what an
what
idiot!
the
really.
hell? Yeah. So Theseus gets the Battlestar destroyed. Non-essential personnel are flying out there with that escort in shuttles, and the Britannica, the other Battlestar, has launched their Vipers, so they're out flying in the battle, and the
Right.
Pegasus has launched their Vipers, and they're out there in the battle.
Right. It was what were the three? I put it here somewhere. The three
Captain
different.
Orestes
Yeah, Britannica.
is from the Britannica, and
Yep.
he's out there.
And then there's a cadet out there by themselves, and then these two hook up.
Yes, there is.
They hook up together, and
Astarte,
then
Astarte
yeah,
is the cadet, and she's
right.
like at the top of her class, and she was from a highly respected and well-known military family, and she got pulled
Which is nice
out
to
of
have somewhat of a backstory a little bit.
Oh yeah,
Which means
yeah.
they're probably not going to offer anytime soon, but
Well, yeah, hopefully not. But she ends up on the Pegasus because
yeah,
they need pilots, so they pull her out of the military academy.
right.
So she's in this. She hooks up with the captain from the Britannica.
Yep, because his wingbat got destroyed.
Yep, by the damn those Cylons for their treacherous ways, right? By the damned Cylons. So that's going on. So there's a heavy fighting going on all over. Everybody
We have
is yeah. Show the picture. Everybody is really getting torn apart by what they see, because they're seeing, they're witnessing a Battlestar blowing up in their midst.
Keep saying that. It's so hard.
Yeah,
Amazing.
it's kind of, it's messed up. So the Cylons look like they have overwhelming numbers, and some of the pilots now are running out of fuel. They're running out of ammo. It's pretty messed up. So hey, just want to thank everybody for sending stars our way. Really appreciate that.
Cool.
Thank you. And so yeah, that's what's going on. We're not doing it justice. There's not a lot of pages, but the way they describe the battles and the flying around and the Vipers and some of these characters are encountering all of this battle fatigue at some point.
Yep. So we got some really good description of the survivors from the ship. So
yeah,
we switch from the battle there to the shuttlecraft and what's going on in one of the shuttlecrafts,
right?
And how injuries are there, and they're trying to fly it out of there, and somebody's passed out at the wheel, and so we have a really good description of so it's pretty hopeless at this point in time. So if they should just surrender and just become taken over by the Cylons, just slavery is I'm sure the Cylons would enslave them and not kill them all, but
nope, that's not what they said.
Right?
That's not what they said. That's not what they said. And nope, that's not what they said. They said that they don't take survivors and they execute them all. So stop speaking nonsense. Anyway, so that's more or less
we have
the
one
chapter.
final picture.
Oh yeah, bring that up. That's I'm not sure who that is, but
I'm sure it's
it's
supposed
to
to be
the
like Boj and I don't know,
no.
Lando Calrissian.
Listen, the beauty of these fanzines, guys, is that it's like the artwork. It was, done by hand, done by fans. It's part of the stories, and at first glance, if you look through it and you judge some of these stories by, the artwork, the fan art, it's you're off. You're completely thrown off because
Yeah.
at least the ones now that I've been reading here, they're really good. And these with Sharon Monroe and Lee Gold stuff this story is
Yep.
phenomenal. So the pictures can be misleading, but they're still fun. This is early artwork. This stuff is from 1979, 1980, 81. And so it's really, really cool stuff. There is plenty of other fan fiction out there.
Oh yeah.
A lot of good stuff. Eric Padden is a part of that. He's been doing this for decades. And I got to tell you, one of my favorite crossovers is the Planet of the Apes meets Battlestar Galactica, Classic Galactica. And, that's one of Eric's stories, which is, to this day, one of my favorite crossovers. And so it's out there, guys. It hasn't gone away. Sean Shallow actually wrote a 3-part, and we're going to get to that at some point in the future. So I don't know, Chris, that's kind of pretty much a wrap.
Cuts off, so they all go back to the Pegasus and
yeah. Oh, not to mention
wounds. Yep.
Lola has a very, very good fan fiction story out there as well. So our very own Lola's got something published as well. So look all that stuff up, guys. We're going to talk more about that in the following year. But Chris, I just thought of the fact that I think, have one last episode of our own before the year is up.
Yeah, we have one more Wednesday of next week, or Thursday of next week.
Thursday of next week. And we will be doing our end of year wrap up. Right? So we will be doing, just reminiscing over our last year of shows and guests and, all of you guys. And, just want to make sure that we thank you all for tuning in, everybody that joins us live. And of course, everybody that watches us in the rerun, we thank you, right? Everybody around the world.
The Yarn. Paul's
correct. The Yarn. I stand corrected, Commander Kane. Yes. What a guy relating the Battle of Malachi. Don't leave us and stand by. Hope to go to eBay and spy one with my little eyes.
Well, John.
Yeah, I know, man.
John, just go online, type in.
Yeah, and you'll find a PDF. But it's
Battle
cool to have.
PDF, and you'll run across it.
Yeah, but to have the one an original
it's nice to have
is
the
also
original,
very
though.
cool. Oh yeah, hell yeah.
Like
but yeah. So next episode, we will be bringing holiday wishes to all our fans and supporters around the world. You guys are everywhere, so we want to make sure that we send all you guys our colonial wishes. And from my partner, the Tipsy Toaster, whatever passes as well wishes in the AI Cylon world.
We wish you lubricated joints. That's it, and no rust.
I was waiting for the rest of it. There was no rest.
Lubricated joints and no rust.
And no rust. Well, oh God.
Maybe Imperious Leader Clause will put into our well, we're not stockings. I guess I don't know, combat boot, a can of chrome polish, and some lint-free rags.
Chris, I'm gonna sign off. So I'm just gonna, thank all you guys again for tuning in. We had a great show. We love having you on board. Keep clicking the thumbs up, and don't forget to tell your friends about our show. We love having you on, and if you want to contact us, I'll let you know again that it's at info@interfleetbroadcasting.com. Everyone stay safe, and see you at our next show. Keep the faith, and remember, from New York Pete to all you guys, happy holidays, and fans fuel the fleet.
Yep.
And
Fans
see you
fuel
out
the
there.
fleet. Thank you for working with us tonight with all of the challenges that we've had. So y'all take care, stay safe, and if you don't see us before Christmas, Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, Hanukkah, holidays, whatever it may be. Fans fuel the fleet. Y'all take care.
Take care.